In a nutshell, my message this evening is that companies inflicting severe damage on the environment are encouraged to continue by the corporate law. When governments of the world are unable to stop the damage, it continues to build. To prevent this, I believe the profit motive in the corporate law must be modified to make corporations less destructive from the day they are organized. I call this solution the Code for Corporate Citizenship. When in the future, a company is discovered to be severely damaging the environment, the code will require its directors, its own directors, to make it stop, regardless of whether the company is complying with other existing law. Over the last 30 years, we've tried numerous ways to halt the global emission of greenhouse gases. 27 conferences of the parties on the environment have been held where the nations of the world got together and pledged to do something about the problem. Delegates to the COPs then returned home and proposed new laws to restrict greenhouse gas emissions. Economist investment bankers got into the act and offered carbon trading, carbon taxes, and carbon offsets. Accountants suggested requiring the disclosure of carbon footprints. And finally, socially responsible investing and corporate social responsibility movement, now called ESG, standing for companies showing more respect for the environment, society, and good corporate governance, have each tried to entice industry to cut emissions voluntarily. But overall, these strategies have had little success. Global emissions continue to rise. What was a potential problem when we started has now become an emergency. It's time to recognize democracies can't always pass new laws protecting us from corporate destructive behavior, and start looking for solutions which eliminate the possibility of that behavior arising in the first place. Under existing law, directors have one commandment: to act in the best interest of the corporation. The code would give them another: that they not allow their company to cause severe harm to the environment. Or as has been summarized by Mick tonight, it's 11 words. Yes, you can act, you're supposed to act in the best interest of the corporation, but not at the expense of severe harm to the environment. Once enacted, the law will state clearly that all companies are required to be more socially responsible, at least to the point of not causing severe harm to the environment. When they go over that line, they will become liable for continuing damage and be subject to the costs associated with stopping or modifying their destructive behavior. This will thus introduce a threat that directors will not be able to ignore, will constantly monitor for, and be sure to take steps to avoid. Nobody wants their company to be forced to incur those costs. It will change the mindset of directors at every company, not just those that today are causing severe harm. All directors will understand they now have a responsibility to make sure their company doesn't severely damage the environment. That's not too much to ask, is it? The climate emergency proves that an economy based on companies proceeding without guardrails to protect the environment from severe harm is unsustainable. Corporate directors must be obligated to protect the environment from severe harm at all times. Whenever a company is discovered to be severely damaging the environment, The code will require its own directors to make it stop. Raising the bar on corporate behavior in this manner will protect the earth and inure to the highest good of all. Please start sharing the code with your friends, family, and elected representatives. Thank you.